Hey there, how are you doing today? So, this video was recorded in March 2021, so almost a year ago, for a main channel video about Windows 10. Basically, I was going to review Windows 10, all the apps and everything, and I went to Home Depot for the video to test the Maps app and see how the Maps app would work and help me, get places. I chose Home Depot because, it's like a hardware store, it's a store that sells perhaps Windows, so I figured I would try to look for Windows at Home Depot because it's a video about Windows. It was going to be pretty funny, believe me, but I ended up scrapping or delaying the video. This is also made during a time where I would just go on drives all the time because it was a really shitty time period, and to get my mind off of the bad stuff, I would just go on drives and forget about it. So this was kind of one of those times, but it was also for a video. Basically, it was just me driving to Home Depot to get my mind off the stress, and while doing it, I talked and made a thing for a main channel video. So that's how that goes. So yeah, I've gone to KFC, I've gone to Home Depot, I'm covering all the bases. This was recorded before the KFC video, so I didn't really know what this channel was going to be all about yet. So instead of doing like a review of Home Depot, like sitting in my desk chair, I was kind of just in the car talking at myself, like in the parking lot of Home Depot, reviewing it. It's very like in-depth review compared to KFC. Like I go way in depth. It's like a whole ass game review about Home Depot. This could go on the main channel for all I care, but it belongs here. So I hope you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then fuck you. Alright guys, we're out here in the car getting ready to test this Maps app out and see how good it is. And since we're talking about Windows, I figured what better of a place to go than Home Depot, baby. Alright, so we have our map here set up to go to Home Depot. Shut the frick up. We have our map set up here to go to Home Depot. Apparently we're going to hear voice recognition. Apparently the map is going to take us where we need to go. There's going to be GPS. It's going to be great. Now keep in mind, I'm going to be using this phone to record our journey, so I can't use it for a map. So I'm going to be relying on this Maps app to get me to Home Depot. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to get freaking lost and stranded on the highway. So this better freaking work. All right, everything's set up and ready to go. So guys, let's hit the road. All right, on we go. Let's head to Home Depot, baby. Wow! Okay, so we just left our main neighborhood and we've already run into a problem. The shit says no GPS signal, and it's not moving our dot along the trail. You know how when you're using a map app, it's supposed to move your dot across the trail to signify that you're progressing in your journey? Yeah, it's kind of not doing that, and it's also not updating the map to show me where I'm supposed to turn next. It's not giving me directions, so I'm freaking scrambling right now. I don't know where the frick Home Depot is. How am I gonna get there? So now the only way I'm really supposed to be able to use this map is, one, to memorize where I am at all times on this trail, and two, because this shit doesn't update itself accordingly to where I'm going, I have to manually scroll across the map to follow, my path. So I gotta literally click and drag right now on my map as I'm driving just to see where the next turns are. That is freaking bullshit. And mind you, I've never been to Home Depot before, so I don't know where the fuck it is. We got some shit-ass drivers out here. I just heard a tire squeaking. All right, map update. This shit still doesn't work. I'm about to end up at a Walmart or some shit instead of a Home Depot. And we are stopped at a red light, which means it's time for a red light challenge. When was the holy shit. We didn't need a map, and yet, oh, I see it in the distance. It's a Home Depot, folks. Guys, we made it. I don't know how I did it without a map, but guys, we freaking made it. One left turn away from the place of our dreams. We're gonna find a window, and then that'll be the climax of this experience, and this is a waste of time, honestly, guys, is what I'm trying to get down to here. Okay, so miraculously, we actually made it to the Home Depot. No thanks to this shit. This shit didn't do shit. So, the map is shit. We've confirmed that. But now I just kind of want to screw around in the Home Depot for a little bit.
Where are the windows at?
Dude, I look so stupid. I'm like this little ass kid by myself at Home Depot. What the fuck am I doing here?
Do they even sell windows in this shit? I didn't think they do. I think they just sell tools. Don't know what half the shit here is. Oh, he's an employee. Oh, they got shims though. That's neat. Oh man, there's electrical. Hopefully nothing sus going on in there. At this point, what am I even doing? There's no windows out here. Why are there no windows out here? What?
Man,
Dude, I'm telling you, this is nostalgic. There's just something about stores that like does something for me. Just any store. Like I could go in a furniture store and it's just nostalgic. Like I go in a store like this where they're selling plants and shit and it's nostalgic for me. Just something about it. I don't know what it is. I'm never gonna buy any of this, but it's like just looking at it and like seeing this stuff where you like, what the hell is that? Like there's something about seeing shit that you never. It's like I could touch this and bleed and it would be nostalgic. Yeah, so I think we've got confirmed that there's no windows here and I came here for nothing. What is this? Chainsaw lawnmower type? What is that?
Okay, so Home Depot happened. You know, why did I do that? But that's all we need. We now know that the Maps app on Windows 10, at least on computers, is horseshit. So don't use it. If you have a phone, use that for a map, or just use some other GPS. Just don't use a fucking laptop. Don't be an idiot. You're a goddamn idiot if you use a... What the... Huh? Where's it coming from? What the Dude, I gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, so don't go to Home Depot expecting Windows, first of all, because they don't sell that. Don't use the Maps app on Windows 10. And honestly, though, you know, back to the Home Depot. Home Depot is nostalgic, guys. I'm telling you, if you're ever bored one day and you have the means to travel, go to a place like Home Depot where you can just walk around and, like, smell it. Like, I just love the blue sky with some clouds. And you know what else I like? Mario and Luigi, fuck it. Put Kraft mac and cheese. Put Amazon up there. Alright guys, so we're actually back for round 2 and it's nighttime this time. We're going back because when reviewing the video footage I took last time I went to Home Depot, apparently I missed a whole section called window covers or something like that. There might be windows there that I completely missed because I was too busy making a crappy Among Us joke. So we're gonna head back there, this time at night, because why not? Different scenery, different, you know, different everything. And I was gonna bring my wallet so I could buy like a screw or something, just, you know, for keepsake, whatever, a little souvenir for our journey. But it turns out, after looking at the website, those things are damn expensive, dude. Like, you gotta buy it by the pack or something, or by the pound. You gotta pay a shit ton of money just for a damn screw, so I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna go ahead and head back to Home Depot. I'm gonna record my drive because it's nighttime, whole new ambience, it's gonna be crazy out here. So let's head to Home Depot, folks. You know, there's nothing quite like Home Depot at night. We're about to experience that. I don't think anybody goes to Home Depot on Wednesday nights, but you know, maybe they got a Wednesday night special deal I'm unaware of. I'm telling you, man, driving out here at night is something special. I've been literally, this year so far has been really shitty. And just driving and like getting on the road, it helps. I like legitimately leave my house just to drive, you know, to a place and back, just because it helps with my stress. Like, it's really nice. And you know what isn't nice is the camera falling off my freaking dashboard. The problem with my life right now is that I am just stressed about stuff I won't get into. But basically, I hate everybody. And getting out like this and just driving, it gives you time to forget. Put on music, put on a podcast, or just talk to yourself like a bumbling idiot like me. It helps, folks. I'm telling you, I don't even say the word folks, but that's just what this has invoked in me. You know, I don't know why I like care about Home Depot so much. I might just make a thing out of going to random ass places on my channel, like on this channel, that is. Here, how about this? I think this time in Home Depot, instead of just looking for windows, I'm gonna like feel the place out. Like, I'm gonna completely go through all of it and like I'm gonna review this place, okay? This is gonna be a Home Depot impressions and review video. The day section was my impressions. This is my full-on review. We're gonna thoroughly explore Home Depot. The place closes in less than an hour, so I don't have very much time to poke around. But I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna look at everything, and we're gonna like give it a full-on review afterwards in the car. And I'm gonna tell you, as a little ass kid who doesn't know shit about like building houses or doing construction, I'm gonna give my opinions on Home Depot with what little knowledge I have of life and building stuff. Hopefully they got redstone in this shit so I can review that. If they got any redstone comparators in there, better bet I'm buying that. You know, it might be a little bit sad that I have to use Home Depot as a vessel to escape my problems, but It is what it is, dude. Alright, so with that whole idea earlier about going to different places, let me know where I should go next. I think I might hit a gas station after this because I am running low on gas, and the last thing I want to do is get stranded at Home Depot. The Home Depot is coming close, folks. We are getting there. The KFC is still there too. Why wouldn't it be? And now it's time for another red light chat. How does Cash Cab record its shit? Like obviously Cash Cab isn't using a shitty windshield recording thing to prop up an iPhone like I am. Now how does Cash Cab record its shit? Well, it has to have stuff like propping cameras up, right? Because it's still a car. Just because it's like a high budget thing doesn't mean it's not a damn car still. They gotta work with a car and its limitations. So I don't know how they deal with that. But I'm like struggling to record this on a damn iPhone because my windshield propping tripod jigger thing is shit. Dude, Home Depot hits different at night. Look at this. Look at that. It like has an orange glow. This looks like a Halloween store. Alright, we're heading in. Full on review. Hopefully I don't look like an idiot talking to myself to a phone. Because I look like a damn vlogger. That's what I'm doing. I'm legit recording a vlog right now. How sad is that? Okay. So here we are. It looks, you know, it hits different at night, I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna get a mask on real quick because, you know, I'm a ninja. And let's go inside, folks. Well, I don't even know what this means. So I gotta look at everything critically here. There's a loading station. I gotta analyze everything because, you know, I'm reviewing it, so I gotta know what everything is. Plenty of door handle variety. It's always good. We got like gate doors, doors. Plenty of like wooden nipples here. Got nipples if you need nipples. Hooks. It's just a ton of random stuff, really. They got a lot. They got, you know, they got giant, you know, whatever the fuck. I don't know what half this shit is. I don't know what anything is. And I don't expect, like, they got chains. Man, that's kinky. You can do kink shopping here. Ropes? Ooh. I know some of you like that. This aisle really just is a clusterfuck. I mean, what's the theme here? You got wheels mixed in with plates? That's not... that ain't plates, that's a rope. Yeah, so one thing they gotta see, like, what is that? Square dowel? The hell? See, you need the theme better. Because you kind of just throw in, like, random shit. Dude, employee just heard me. I'm starting to feel like I'm, like, trespassing. Because they haven't closed yet, but I feel like I'm basically here past closing time. There's a nice little hidey hole. You could totally hide past closing time in this shit. And look at all that content. There's a lot of content in this game, I'll give it that. And you still get that nice wood smell. Like there's wood being freaking lumberjacked. They got a ton of doors here. Problem is, all the doors are the exact same. They're all just basic white doors. And that's a little bit boring. You gotta spice it up a little bit. Oh, here we go. These look like cheap ass doors. Got vehicles, so maybe you can turn this into a Grand Theft Auto type thing where you hop in the vehicle and start running over people. That's cool. The amount of content here is crazy. A lot of replay value here, I can already tell, because I mean, I'm replaying it right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip straight to the windows part, because that's what we're all worried about. Let's check out the windows. And here we go, the window covering section. And really, it's just blinds and curtains and stuff. It's not windows, but at this point, I mean, what was I expecting? I wasn't expecting whole ass windows to be sold here, right? Yeah, so really, you know, I could dig deeper here, but they're closing. I don't want to be a nuisance, and I don't want to get caught talking to myself, so I'm gonna leave now. Okay, so I didn't quite get as much time as I would have hoped for in there. I could have stayed in there a bit longer, but it was getting a little bit embarrassing, to be honest. You know, talking to yourself, even with a mask, it's like, you know, you don't want to be the guy who's talking to himself in a Home Depot every day. Especially since all I was doing is just pointing out what's on the shelf. Like, nah, man, I'm good. Well, when we get to the car, that car that's all the way over there, that one, I'll give a full-on review of what I experienced. On the berg over there, so we can get more cars than this just and those people in that building aren't talking this time. Okay, so we're back in the car after that. I'll tell you, as I said before, and it's even more enforced now, Home Depot hits different at nighttime, especially when it's closing. I was like the only customer in there that I saw. Everybody else was an employee who was closing down the place. And something about that, you know, even though it is slightly embarrassing to be the only customer and at that, recording myself, talking to myself while wandering the aisles. It is kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, it hits different. It feels like I have a whole Home Depot to myself, and there's something about that that just, you know, it strikes you right in that little territory. I don't know what you call it. For all I know, I could have probably hidden in there, and then they would have closed the building, and I would have been trapped in there overnight. That would have been low-key freaking amazing. I could have been in there for another half hour if I really wanted to, but first of all, I was kind of feeling a little bit embarrassed walking around. They saw me, like a few of them caught me like just doing what I was doing. It's a little bit embarrassing, and also I don't want to keep them there if they just want to go home. They're closing and stuff, so it's like, you know, let's not be that guy. But from what I played, I can give a slight, you know, it's not like a comprehensive review. It's more, holy shit. God forbid anybody cross that guy's path. Anyways, so let's review what we did. Okay, there was a lot of variety, I'll give it that. There's a ton of variety, ton of, like, the level design never failed to bring something new to the table. They always brought new features, gave you new stuff to do. One problem I do have is that each individual level, aka aisle, had a bit of a hodgepodge of different ideas mashed into one little bundle that didn't really go together very well. Like, you saw there were like door handles in the same aisle as ropes and chains, and like there was like these little, I don't even know what you call these little wooden rods. For all I know, these could all belong together, but they don't look it at all. I would say put your ropes and chain stuff into, you know, the kink section, and put door stuff in the same section. You know, you had a door section that was completely separated from the door handle section, and I get that it was like, you know, it was just handles and hooks and stuff all in one place. I get that, but you should try and theme it more like, you know, here's the door section. You start with doors, then you go to handles, and then you go to knobs, and then you work your way through all the door stuff in one section. Don't mix and match different ideas in one, because that just looks really sloppy. Another thing I would like to point out is there's a lot of replay value. This is my second time being here and going inside, and I experienced a ton of new stuff that I didn't experience before. A lot of stuff that I feel like I could go back to in the future. For example, the vehicles. I didn't take it upon myself to hop into a vehicle and see how it drives. For all I know, it controls great and feels great and is just a fun experience. But as I said, they're closing. I didn't want to open up that whole new can of worms during closing time. Oh my god. Is that a butterfly or a leaf? If it's a butterfly, it's dead. It's on the ground, like, fly. Okay. It wouldn't even be a leaf. There's no trees. So that's a straight up butterfly plummeting into the ground. Idiot. Okay. Anyways, so replay value, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm sure there's, like, you know, I'm sure once you've had your fill, you kind of don't want to go back. And that's like, it's kind of like Terraria in that sense, where yes, it's replayable, but it's only replayable as much as you enjoy it. And, you know, Terraria, I can replay Terraria about once a year, maybe once every 2 years, something like that. And I am assuming that it's the similar feeling to Home Depot. I'm not sure. I feel like, you know, after a while, the whole sandboxy feel of Home Depot will kind of grow stale on me because I'll just run out of stuff to do. I'm not imaginative enough for that. Now let's go for DLC, okay? So you had those little rooms, like the cutting room and stuff that are cut off, and in order to go in there, you have to purchase, I'm assuming, wood. I'm assuming if you bring wood in there, you can go in there. And I find that really lame. I think that all of this content should come with the base game. For example, the cutting room, you should just be able to access wood that is already cut to your liking. You shouldn't have to pay to get your wood cut to the size you need. I feel like that should just be available from the get-go. Furthermore, I never like it when places like Home Depot got candy and shit on sale. Like, what is that? Do you really expect me to bring a damn, like, power drill to the counter at the same time as I'm bringing a pack of Smarties? What kind of bullshit is that? And then there's all this ambiguous shit. You got these freaking, like, markings on the ground, like these ancient hieroglyphs that are supposed to, like, how am I supposed to know what this means? I don't know what the hell this code means. Give me better, like, explain shit, okay? You need, maybe, like, have an opening cinematic or something that explains this shit. Because the way I was, you know, experiencing it, I was just thrown in with no knowledge of what anything was, so I had no clue what these things meant. I do like the idea that there's, like, a locked zones, like the indoor lumberyard. I think that's a cool touch, you know. It gives me incentive to keep playing because I can finally figure out what's inside the indoor lumberyard. It's like, woo, what's behind the mystery door? It's like Super Mario fucking Logan, right? I like that. But the thing is, you know, I really don't think I'm going to be coming back here enough to reach that point. And, you know, it doesn't really give me a sneak peek or anything. It kind of just has a closed off door, and I think that's really lazy. They should give me incentive to keep playing so I experience that in the future and like am happy with what I reached. There are a lot of extra vehicles and stuff in the parking lot, and we touched on that a little bit the previous trip here during the day. And I would love to hijack one of these vehicles and ride around town with it, but the thing is, none of this is actually, you know, in the Home Depot space. This is all just, you know, oh my god, there's more. Yeah, this is all not Home Depot. You can see there's a McDonald's over there. This is totally, these are different games, okay? We're basically in the parking lot right now. We're basically at the GameStop shopping for games, and the game that we've chosen to play in the kiosk is Home Depot. One last thing I'd like to touch up on is that freaking price tag. Now, the game is free to play. You can head inside, do whatever you want for free, but it's also pay to win, because you can't do any of this stuff without actually buying an item. You can go inside, get a look at it, and come out, but at that point, that's all you got, is a look inside. You can play around with the sandbox and stuff, and you can explore the world, but you can't actually partake in the activities. You have to pay for that. At that point, why make it free? Just charge me a flat fee, $60 up front, and then give me all the content. Next up, I'd like to touch on the soundtrack. Now, the game actually licenses music from, not the public domain, but from actual artists. You can hear throughout my vlogging experience, there was music playing on the speakers, and you know, it's not really game soundtrack, but that's just all they play. There's also the home theme that you hear in the home menu, which, you know, I guess this is technically the home menu, so let's hear the theme. Let's hear it. You know, it goes hard, it's a bop and stuff, but it's like, you know, have a bit more variety and have more than just a theme that, while it slaps, yes, it is a 3-second theme song that loops over and over again, and it gets freaking old real quick. Spice it up with some interesting soundtrack choices. Maybe throw in some Beethoven or something. I mean, God, how hard would that be? Next up, characters. The characters in here are phenomenal. You guys, I didn't get it on recording because I was embarrassed, but the employee on the way out, as I walked out, she said, "How are you doing today?" And then I said, "Oh, I'm just leaving." And then she said, "Oh, I see. Have a good day." That is some top-notch freaking dialogue, and they programmed that perfectly. It emulates a human reaction to the T. It was like it was real life. It was crazy. I think it was very lazy how none of the NPCs had dialogue. They all just kind of wandered around and closed up shop. I kind of wish they gave them backstories or something, have them give me quests, or just at least have them have, you know, like a little... The motherfuckers do still talk at night. Are you serious? Shut the fuck up. Okay, back to the review. I wish the NPCs, at the very least, as I passed them, had a little text box above them saying, "Oh, how you doing?" None of that. They were all just silent. They all just closed up shop, except for the one NPC. Have them give me quests or something of that nature, or just don't even bother putting NPCs in the game to begin with. It adds to the ambiance a little bit, but like have them do something with me, you know? So there's no character development, and that sucks. Really, you're relying on the world and what you do with it. The characters are just set pieces so that it feels a little bit more immersive, but you know, take that for what you will. Level progression is a little bit skewed. I mean, it's an open world. Are you fucking serious? What the hell? Tiny, are you in the car? That shit's in here. You know what? Is it even on camera? Where is it? Yeah, you know what? That thing can live. It can live. I'll let it live. You, my guy, are gonna be my buddy. You're I can't tell if it's on the outside or inside. It's definitely on the inside. It's running away from me. I don't even know if the camera's picking that up, but little tiny spider. That spider will be my pet. And we can both talk about Home Depot together. I would like to point out that the level design, as I said, is very mixed. It's very random. The level progression kind of doesn't exist. It's an open world. You can go to any level at any point. Honestly, I enjoy freedom like that. I enjoy the fact that you can hit like a really tough area at the very beginning of the game if you really want to. So, you know, if you really feel like taking it on that early, it gives you the choice to do that. So if you can't do it, then you know to go back later when you're strong enough. And if you can do it, congrats. You just mastered the game and you're taking advantage of that. I think it's a great and very smart level design. I really appreciate stuff like that. Graphics, I mean, the graphics were pretty good. 2020 to be exact, I'm pretty sure, not to brag. But yeah, pretty good graphics. The frame rate is great. You only see it through 60 frames per second because of my iPhone, but I'm telling you, that was at least like 100 frames per second. The motorcycle ambiance is crazy. I don't know why that's necessary for a Home Depot, but by all means, continue. Okay, so overall, I would like to give Home Depot a solid, shall we say, a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It's a very good game, but it has room for improvement, and I think the sequel can touch on that. Or at least if they remaster it, just do something, fix it a little bit. I did notice, I don't know if this is actually how Home Depot looks in other places, but I've seen Home Depots that look like this, where it's just solid orange all around, and maybe that's like the remaster. Maybe I'm playing on like an old console or something. I need to get an upgraded console. I'm hoping for a remaster, maybe a sequel, just something to fix those little tiny parts where stuff could be improved. I think that would go a long way, and it would really perfect what we've already got here. I think that's what we need. And with that, I think I'm gonna head out now. This was probably the absolute most freaking stupid thing I've ever done in my entire life. And if anybody around me saw me doing this, I kind of blanked. I've just been talking, so if somebody like walked by or drove by me during this, they probably thought I was a real freaking lunatic. Anyways, I'm gonna head off to a gas station. See you there, I guess. I'll record, sure, why not? I'll record that. Let's go. Okay, we're at the gas station. I have no clue what this has to do with anything, but I decided to record because why the frick not, man?